Alright, good morning gamers, and we are back on Void Breakers, Breaking the Void, right? Welcome back to also the random talk that's not so random, and as you can tell by the screen, this is iteration of the last run, the next iteration. And basically, if you don't know, I do streaming on both Twitch and Kick at KenBoGMG. Other than that, I did say I was gonna stay away from the Twitch drama and stuff like that, but I feel like when I mean like real Twitch drama, I mean kind of like drama that's kind of stupid. But I think drama that's really important right now is the fact that Nina Lin is back on the platform. And I feel like deep down in all our hearts, we kind of knew that Nina Lin was going to be back, but we all kind of tried to convince ourselves in reality that she was going to be perma-banned because for some reason, I don't know why we ever believed in Twitch moderation after there was really no justice for Emeru's sexual assault issue, right? So if you don't know who Nina Lin is, right? Basically, she's a streamer alongside with Zoe Spencer who committed sexual assault on a guy named Saeed, and still prayers goes out to Saeed. And she really didn't face too many repercussions. She faced like a few bans, a few unbans. I mean, like when I say a few bans and a few unbans, I mean like in the span of like 2 months, she has been banned and unbanned 4 times total, right? And then her real serious ban was her stealing. Now, if you haven't noticed, I put my camera like kind of like to the side and I'm a little bit smaller, right? Maybe it's easier to kind of like look at the gameplay a little bit, right? But yeah, going back to it. She was found that she's a chronic thief of retail stores, right? And that's an issue in itself. I don't know if I really want it. And that's kind of what she got. Ooh, this might be cool. She got banned for it for longer than her sexual assault, to be honest. And a lot of people and a lot of magazines still don't want to kind of say sexual assault. They kind of want to put down the sexual misconduct, which I completely understand why, because it's not like she's been charged with the crime for it or any crime, to be honest. I honestly don't understand why none of her stuff has been reported to the police. I mean, it says in the like TOS that it can't be reported to the police, right? And so yeah, it's just like it's just a weird situation right now. Yeah, she's back on the platform. She's a chronic thief, sexual assault person, and that kind of says a lot for Twitch moderation. We like to share on DJ Clancy, right? Because you know, like in any business, if you don't know how businesses work, right, is that like, you know, let's say you have an employee that's kind of fucking up the system. You don't go and blame the employee. You go blame the manager for hiring such an employee, right? Like that's kind of that's kind of how that works. So DJ Clancy is kind of like ultimately at fault because he is the CEO of Twitch. But if you really want to blame people, it's definitely Twitch moderation. We don't know why they just like. Let me put it this way: if you get banned from a store, like more than once, damn near, right? Your ban is like becomes a permanent ban from the store, and they keep you on record, right? Now that's probably a little bit easier to do because they have, you know, photos, your ID, and all of this kind of stuff, and blah blah blah. But you get my point. Like, you get banned 3-4 times. It's like at this point, like, have you not been considered to be like a problematic to the system? I don't know. I guess not. I guess not to them, right? So I don't know if Nina Lin is ever gonna get banned again, right? And if she gets banned again, I really hope that it is permanently. Now, maybe some of the reason why we thought it was permanent is because of the simple fact that it did say her ban was indefinite, right? And you know, indefinite means, in my opinion, a very long time, undisclosed, right? I think we can all kind of fairly say that, right? It means a very long time undisclosed. But clearly, 3 weeks is considered long enough, which is still shorter than a month, by the way, because a month is kind of like 4 weeks, right? Yeah, I guess a month is like kind of technically more like 4 weeks. I should have skipped these stages. But here we are now. Unbanned. She's you know, obviously unremorseful, unregrettable. She is still pretty much shit talking the whole system and yada yada yada, and you know, like I guess we just allow people to just, you know, commit. Like like this is the real problem, right? Rakai, who has been, you know, for the first time ever, like for something that really breaks to your ass, has still been banned, right? Like that's the real issue, right? And somehow Rakai's not even like a chronic thief, at least for what we know, right? We haven't had like live streams of him just constantly stealing, but we have live streams of Nina Lit constantly stealing, and somehow not permanent banned. Rakai, we don't know how long he's gonna get banned for, to be honest. He may just be banned indefinitely, for all we know. And if he is banned permanently, for all the people who say that like Twitch is pretty much kind of like a platform that is against black people, especially black men, it really does seem that way. You know, I see no justification of allowing Nina Lin back on the platform for any reason at all. Like I don't think there is any valid reason you could come up with in your mind that says, yeah, her situation is way less serious than Rakai's. Like, I don't know. So, I'm not gonna be a person who's gonna say that Twitch is, you know, racist, right? But it has been known that for the black community, especially out of all the minorities, it's harder for them to gain a bigger popularity on Twitch than other people, especially women. So I don't know if Twitch is just a big gooner platform that just likes pretty women and you know, doesn't care about what they do for some odd reason, right? But oh, I forgot I had this. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know if Twitch is just a big gooner platform at this point, but it definitely seems like we have some sort of favoritism for very, you know, pretty women, despite, you know, how she may sound and yada yada of the sort. Other than that, the big news besides, you know, do I have this mod? No, I'm taking it. Other big news would include Faze Clan. If you don't know, all of Faze Clan, I'm not gonna take that. All of Faze Clan pretty much disbanded, or at least the streamer Cloud House side of Faze Clan has disbanded, and I feel like this was something that was gonna like be known. Like I feel like we definitely knew this was coming. It like, let me put it this way, like that kind of form of content, cloud chasing drama content, doesn't really last long, right? Like it. Okay, I realize that these are only for one stage. I think they don't last that long. They're not very sustainable forms of content, right? And what do I mean by that? It's like it's hard to keep on doing drama, controversy stuff without it starting to be like a bad name for yourself, right? Like I think that's how we kind of don't really care that much. Yeah, it only lasts for so long until people kind of get tired of it, and then you run into more issues that, like, you know, you may be like, well, this isn't really like who I am in real life, you know, I just do it for the camera, but like, you know, what you post on the internet is what's gonna be perceived, right? Does that make sense? So like, you may not be an actual big person who's into that kind of stuff, right? But you may have to do it for the simple fact that it's what's gonna sell very quickly, right? Now, I saw Max's you know, reasons of why he left and stuff like that was because he felt like he was losing control over his own career and content. He's always having to like kind of like abide to what viewers want and what the, you know, advertisers want and stuff like that. And I totally agree. I mean, like, look, Twitch, for anybody who doesn't understand, Twitch and YouTube is like a service platform. You kind of are there to serve others and not yourself. I mean, you can kind of do both, but like, you know, you want to always kind of appease the few, like, it's like any other influencer, right? Like, you always want to kind of appease the you always want to kind of appease the viewership so that what am I saying? Yeah, you always can. It's like you're an influencer, right? You always want to kind of appease the viewership and stuff in order to keep your name and stuff like that all the time, right? It's very hard to kind of like keep your name up without appeasing the viewership. So you're like always a serviceman. But these like streamer organizations and big orgs like together, drawer delete. It deleted my fucking okay. I don't really need any of those. You're just a serviceman, right? If you don't do it to keep your name and stuff like that all the time, it's like you're gonna lose viewership, you're gonna lose money, blah blah blah. You know, if you don't appease what the advertisers want you to do, you lose money, you lose the advertisement. Like, people look at advertisers as like, oh, this is a great opportunity. No, the real way you look at advertisers is, how do I take advantage of someone who has clearly a higher advantage than me in society, right? Like, that may sound terrible, but that's kind of like, even advertisers look at it that way, right? Like, how do I take advantage of somebody who's trying to take advantage of me, right? Well, if they want $10 million, well, they're gonna have to do what I want them to do, right? And I think, you know, for Blackboy Max, I don't think he kind of realized that. He kind of, I don't know if he came to that realization like too late or too, you know, or he just never really took it as a like, or he kind of downplayed it. But that has been like the case forever. If you don't know, like, you just do what these advertisers want you to do. So if they want you to do this, you know, dumbass video that you don't really give a fuck about, it's like, well, you know, unfortunately, right? You gotta do it in order to get some money, right? It's like if you take a loan from the bank, the bank gonna expect something from you, right? Whether it's money back or that you actually adhere to what the promises you said you're gonna make. You know, it's kind of like all just a big mind game. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's basic business at the end of the day, right? Like, ain't nothing free. Like, okay, you get free housing and stuff like that. It's like, well, guess what? You get free housing. Well, you know, you gotta do something in order to earn that free housing forever, right? I think for a lot of people who also say that like the Cloud House Faze or the big streamer side of Faze wasn't gonna become popular, was always gonna become that popular without Faze. Are kind of delusional. Hate to say it. I'm trying to get rid of this boss as quickly as possible, because I hate this boss so much. but they would have never been that popular without Faze. It's the honest truth. Like, it's not to say that they weren't popular before, it's just that they wouldn't have been as popular as they are now without Faze. Because as much as, you know, Faze Banks is like, you know, I guess you could say like a dick in society, right? He has a very good point. Like, everybody in Faze said that joining Faze was the best decision they ever made, and it's for a good reason, right? Like, it's clearly for a good reason. Because it just made them so much bigger. So, but I also do understand like why leaving Faze of like, I don't want to give up 20% of my money, you know, under this new management, right? But maybe there was some truth to it that like, hey, look, see how this doesn't hit? It should. Yeah, I understand why they left. I'm not saying that the reason for leaving wasn't valid, but if your reason for leaving was because you didn't want to be like completely in control, you should have probably never joined a organization in general. Every organization works this way, like it does. I don't know why like people think that like signing contracts or signing deals is just like a one-way thing for just me and it's only to benefit me. No, it's both parties are involved. You both have expectations of each other. You both want something, and unfortunately, the person who has more money is the person who's always gonna be the kind of like the dictator of it all. And so like, if they want to pull out because you don't want to show up to this, that, and the third, or you won't want to do this and the third, and you lose the sponsor, it was to be expected. Like, Asmongold kind of talked about this in his video, because he understands, you know, the behind the scenes, considering he was part of like OTK and stuff like that. But not only that, it's the simple fact that like Asmongold understands how basic society works. And basic society does not run on free expectation. Everyone is an animal. Yeah, you know, all the scientists who are trying to say, well, we're not animals, yeah, or we're not like, or we're better than animals. We may not be beasts. Okay, that's a true statement. But we are animals. So our thought process of being out there for ourselves or being fake with each other just so that, you know, it can work out and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, 100%. I mean, that's the thing with all of these organizations and streamer orgs is that, you know, you kind of like, you kind of sign your life away, right? Like, you know, you sign, I guess, what do they say? Like, you sign to the devil, right? Well, you know, unfortunately, the devil isn't here. It's society who has big moolah. But so for everyone who's like, I can't believe, also for like Adapt, for people who are like, I can't believe Adapt would leave because he's one of the OGs. I mean, bro, like Adapt doesn't do gaming content anymore. Like, I don't know if anybody has really realized that, but Adapt doesn't do gaming content really. Like he became one of the streaming content creators too, and like Faze Banks said, like he understood that like the culture of streaming like that, the drama and stuff is what's gonna make crazy amount of money. I'm not gonna say everything about Banks's, you know, every statement he had was completely true, right? In his little 12-minute rant. But I will say, you cannot deny that Banks pulled Faze Clan out of the trenches. It was like a dying organization Because the only remembrance that a lot of people have of Faze is when they were like in the height and the prime of like Call of Duty, trick shotting, stuff like that. But if you really kept up with Faze, you would understand that esports was doing ass. Um, Everything about them was doing pretty bad. The organization was dying. The popularity was dying, and Faze Banks made this executive decision to, try to buy out the whole thing, remove all of these people, bring in these new people, Jason, the Ween, Lacey, Black Boy Max, your Rage, and stuff like that. And I would agree, he definitely turned around in 2 years. Like, I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that he didn't turn around in 2 years. Like, he did. Like, streamer org of the year twice in a row. Yeah. Made all this money. Yeah. Was it being clowned on as much anymore? Yeah. Actually being kind of like respected. Yeah. Faze Banks did that. Faze Banks absolutely did that. He turned around all of these people's careers. He made them so much money, and like, bro, like making $20+ million, or at least everybody being multi-millionaires in the span of 2 years, is crazy amount of growth that no one has ever seen. Like independently, like doing it without like having this. It was pretty much like an artist signing a record deal. You know what I'm saying? Like that is that kind of growth, brother. And I think this brings back to like my good point I was saying is like, this kind of content is like record deals. Like you sign to the record, you thinking you look at the record, you're like, oh bro, they're gonna give me $100 million type shit, right? No, the $100 million also comes with you making like 7 albums in 1 year, right? Like making 700+, I don't know, making like 200+ songs in 1 year, right? Like something ridiculous that you're just like, bro, I don't know how to do that kind of like effort, right? And they don't care, because what they're gonna do is that they're gonna market for you, they're gonna sell it to the people, they're gonna sell it on your name alone. They're not gonna sell it on the quality, right? You may be mad that your own quality is going down, but guess what, brother? You are making crazy amount of money, right? So in my personal opinion, right, which I've given quite a bit of. Oh yeah, this infinite ammo thing sucks. In my personal opinion, Faze Clan absolutely became something because of Banks. Banks did a whole lot. It's no reason to try to keep discrediting him when like he was a CEO for a bit. And I think everyone's point of view is pretty much valid on like why they left or their opinions about Faze and stuff like that. But I do also agree, like look, brother, a lot of this stuff should have been kind of like foreseen, because this always happens. This is like not something new. This has been going on for like centuries, literally centuries. This is kind of how the world has always worked. We expect, it's a doggy east dog world, right? It's that simple. You may not think so, but it's just, that's how bad it is, right? It's a doggy east dog world. And there are gonna be people who see that if I'm gonna offer you so much money, you gotta do what I say, and if not, you're just never gonna make it. You're just never gonna earn that much money. But like I said, we'll see in the next few years where all these streamers and stuff like that goes, and how much popularity they retain, and this, that, and the third. We'll see what happens to Banks and stuff like that. I think Banks, honestly, I think Banks probably will get back into making content, to be honest, to make money. But Um. Oh, all of this. I don't really need any of this, do I? We just have to see. It's like maybe I actually reacted to the actual video, right? I mean, like I've watched the video, but like my actual video on the reaction to it. Hold on. Let me see if I can take advantage of that. Oh my god. Call me a sniper with these grenades. Oh, brother. I'm looking you straight in the eyes. What did you do that much damage to me? Overall, crazy situation. And we're gonna speedrun the rest of this boss, really. Do 1K. Oh, I doing 1K. But the next video I make, which will probably be on Void Breakers again. Actually, I wonder if I may start Clay Obscure 33. I want to get into some RPG. Oh my god. He tracked it. Yeah, the next video I make is definitely not gonna be talking about this no more. Like I said, it may be the actual reaction to it. We'll see. I just need one of these to hit me. There we go. Oh yeah, we're speedrunning this. Oh my god. I think I have a big bad addiction to this game. The game is just too good. I hope the Void Breakers, like people watching this, is like, yo, he's kind of cracked. Sponsor me. I have 1,000 currency. Alright. Yeah, we're just gonna. Alright. 4 stages to go. 4 stages to go. How do I, bro? I know, I did look up how to get more schematics. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't found any more. I may be dog shit, but I haven't found any more. This is where I'm supposed to go. Where am I supposed to go, bro? Is this where I'm supposed to, like, I don't know where I was going, bro. The bypass took me like to, okay, yeah, okay. Cause I'm like, how do I get up there? Oh yes, my favorite one, bro. Alright, here you go. Let's get through this. We're tryharding through all of this. Boom. 500. What does this do? I have no space for it. Okay. It's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. Should we go to the shop? Fuck it. Oh my god. And I took damage for it. See that movement, bro? I'm god tier. God tier movement, bro. Right, that kinda all sucks, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, that all sucks. I might get a new mic. I might get one of the Shure mics. God. Why do you exist, bro? Yeah, we're speedrunning. We are speedrunning. If you see me keep looking back, it's as if someone's gonna enter my room. You block? What? Alright. Dookie. You know what? I think that would be funny. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have blown up objects do the most. You know what game I kinda wanna get back into? I forgot. It was this I'll probably showcase it. Probably the next thing I play. What?
Information notice. The fear of death is among the most common
Weapon trigger?
of organic life. Therefore, subject
Can't afford it, man.
themselves of this privilege. The program now provides them.
Oh lord.
Be thankful for your new eternal.
Yo, what they need is that you can sell these mods. So I can like there's no reason to have this excess inventory of mods. Like it doesn't really provide any. Bro, you see that? You see that movement, bro? Also, they should have wall running. Wall running will be so fat. We're gonna save and quit and come back. Okay. Okay, where were we? Here we were. Okay. Back to it. I feel like this is not where we were. Okay, I don't know if they made us skip forward. It kind of looks like it. Yo, grabbing these little boys and throwing them is so satisfying. Yeah. Bro, 75 damage is highway robbery, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, we're at the boss. We're at the final boss. I don't think I have any room in my thing. We really don't. I'm gonna take this off. Actually, like, bro, I guess. Yeah. That's me. Alright, let's get to it. Let's get to this boss. Hold on. How did... Hold on. Oh my god. Hold on. We're gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to get some health back. Oh my god. Let's see if we can get some. Holy crap. Yo, this would suck. I hate when, like, how do I explain it? I hate when, like, bosses kind of just spam the same move over and over again. Like I'm just gonna kind of just spam it with grenades until I can get my health back up a bit. You feel me? Okay. Like, look how little the damage I do. Here we go. Now we can kind of. Come on. What? Come on. Alright. Boom. Alright. Alright, we're gonna actually I'll end the run right here. We're gonna end this run right here. Alright, return to hub. Alright. So now that we got 388 coins, all of this maxed out. Okay, we're gonna max these out. We're gonna max these out. It's fine, right? And we should have a sanity unlocked. Don't get any modifiers for that. That's kind of stupid. Not gonna lie. What should I do? I want to do modifier run, right? Because kind of the 'cause I guess. Okay, yeah, we do insanity regular, and we'll get these 10. And then we gotta complete mission chaos 10. Because when we did the first time, we did like all of this, and we did it like all the way stacked up, but it didn't count all the way. So instead, we're gonna do insanity next. I think this time we'll do an auto shotgun run. Yeah. Alright. Well, that is that for this video. We talked about a little bit of Nina Lin, a little bit of Faze Clan. Lots of stuff to be, analyzed. And I'll see y'all in the next morning. I'll see y'all and Dale, and I love y'all. Boop.